All right, real quick, before we get to introduce our special guest, we want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, American Jeweler. Shout out Scott O'Hara. He's hooked me up with my rings for a long, long time. Now, this one, I've been wearing these for about 15 years, and the stone fell out of this one. He put in a ruby, raised the stone, put a ruby in, raised the roof. Scott O'Hara, you're amazing. American Jeweler, that is your spot to get your jewelry, your watch fix, anything that you need. And he's doing...
We should make a segment on him really soon.
We should, and he's putting jewelry on celebs and all kinds of stuff. So
he's quite the storyteller too.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun. Thank you, Scott O'Hara. We appreciate you. All right, now it is my honor to introduce our special guest, Diana Ensign. Hello, Diana.
Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So patient.
You're wonderful, Diana. You're an award-winning author, an essayist. You write on spirituality. I can't say that word right now. Healing and social justice and so much more. You brought your books here. This is your newest one, Faith, Hope, Action, Ushering in a New Earth Era Together. Okay, and you have 5 books. That's incredible.
An array of books.
I do.
Yes, we have your other ones are A Moment of Calm, The Freedom to Be, Heart Guide, and Traveling Spirit. I love that. Diana, tell us a little bit about your passion. Where did it start? Where did it come from? Your books and your life story is so amazing. I love it.
Thank you, Renee.
Yes.
The passion comes, when we saw the Parkinson's episode there, that notion that we all have these challenges and hardships, and then how do we navigate that? That is a very strong passion for me. So people that have lost loved ones, or people living in the community who are facing, challenges of whatever sort, how do we navigate that and get to the other side? So that's a very strong passion for me.
Yes. And, I did a lot of digging on you, and I got to hear your story.
Stalker.
Yeah, stalker. You got a new favorite fan, Diana. You got a new favorite fan.
And vice versa.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I just loved your story and hearing about, your inspiration with your father. I have a lot of, trauma and stuff from my father and stuff, and so just hearing about the way. Do you mind sharing anything?
That's fine. The spiritual journey started when my biological father died in a drunk driving accident. So just like the people in the Heart Guide who shared their loss stories and what helped them, death will motivate, but also shake everything up. So it gets you very clear on priorities, what's important in your life. It reminds you of impermanence, like, what do I want to do with my time here on this planet, with the time I have left?
The short time, yes.
That's right. So that in that respect, it's a gift, right? But it's a tricky gift to navigate. Yeah.
I love that. How do you approach writing about grief and healing in a way that resonates with your readers? I mean, it's just wonderful seeing. I can't wait to read your books and dive into them. But I think it's so wonderful that you're helping people get through these things, and it's what resonates to you. So this stuff has helped you, and so you are just trying to help others with what has helped you.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's sort of like this spiral, right? Like it started with my healing journey, what helps me. I want to share that with others. And then, I want to hear the stories of other people so that more people learn from ordinary folks. I'm losing my headset here.
Those things are crazy.
It's too big for my head.
And mine's too small for my head. It's squeezing my ears out, my brain out my ears.
Yeah.
Diana needs a good lion's mane to keep that all
But just listening is the key thing for me. Listening from the heart, with compassion, with an open mind, with spirit. If you are a spiritual person, being present, and then sharing that out in the world to hopefully help others and inspire others, and giving models and examples that others can follow if they're having grief of their own, right? Here's some things that can help. Like, you're not on your own. There's lots of stories and things that are helpful.
Yes.
Can you share maybe one or two stories that you've heard, maybe from one of your books or not in the books? Can you share one or two of those?
From the Lost book?
Yeah. Or whichever book.
So one of the things about loss in the way that my father died in a drunk driving accident, right, is, there's a lot of stigma or shame or whatever goes with that loss. Right. And so the stories that resonate in Heart Guide, for example, Justin talked about losing her son to opioid opioid overdose, right? And
right.
so you not only have the loss, but then, is your society and your community supporting you in that loss? Are they there for you without the stigma, without judging, without, anything, period? Just
Right.
compassion and open heart. So Justin's story, she, like Jason's brother, is giving back to the community now with naloxone and training, and she's just an incredible inspiration. But really, everyone in the book, there's too many to mention. But a lot of people who did have loss then went on and started nonprofits or pursued art or, just found ways to use that grief in a positive way.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to tie in not only your own experiences to help other people, which is like a lifelong journey, right? That you
Right.
have, consolidated into these books, which is so wonderful and so helpful. But you've learned from people around you, and your community seems really important to you, which makes me, which leads me to my next question. Like, what role does community play in your healing and writing process? You've had, received awesome grants, Indiana Arts Commission grants for your book, for Faith, Hope, and Action, which is so cool. So community must be just a big part of your work.
Yeah, community is huge, both in the healing of grief, right, that I mentioned. You need people who are supportive and that care and that don't shut you out just because of the way someone passed or because of whatever the circumstances.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
Then, and community and the freedom to be, making sure we support non-binary, transgender, youth and adults and families because they're in our community and we love them, right? We love everyone in our community.
Absolutely.
And Faith, Hope, Action is about all the different ways people in our community are working to make our planet healthy, to make our communities healthy. Yeah, it's hugely important.
We need more people like you, Diana. You see it. I mean, just the mindfulness and the compassion. It's so important. And I think it's a skill a lot of people even lack, just having compassion for basic things. So I think everybody should be picking up your books, and we can pick them up off your website. Yes, DianaEnsign.com.
Yes.
There it is, right there on
Okay.
screen. It's been cycling through
Moment
there.
of Calm. You've got 5 wonderful books that y'all can purchase and signed, right? If you buy it through there's other ways to buy it, Amazon stuff, but if you purchase through your website, DianaEnsign.com, then you'll get a signed copy.
I will definitely sign it and send it out.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm going to be getting one. I'm going to get me my signed copy, Diana. You've done so much. You're wonderful. You're a public speaker as well. You're doing a lot of leading workshops and services on topics for mindfulness and radical compassion and stuff. And also you have a wonderful blog. Where can we find your blog?
Yeah, so the blog is on my website, DianaEnsign.com.
Okay.
So it's just my name. And those are just small things that can help us through daily challenges,
Yes.
Just get some mindfulness and time to breathe. That's on my website.
It's so important, just the small things. You forget, once you learn about mindfulness, then it's so important just to keep going with that, because if you don't even know about it, then just these daily tips like on your blog and your books it could start someone that has no idea about mindfulness and or even someone that's not really compassionate, wants to be better about it. I mean, these are perfect tools for that. And your blog is called Spirituality for Daily Living. So this is just like a daily steps type of thing for people.
I mean,
That's
one of my
awesome.
things is like putting it into practice, not just using the words, but actually finding ways to
Absolutely.
embody it and in our everyday interactions. Like, are we compassionate with people? Are we loving toward people? Are we kind toward people? Because you don't know what people are carrying. You don't know what they're going through.
Absolutely.
And are we kind and loving to the planet? That's the newest book.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Like everyone, and the trees and
this
the
is
animals.
Faith, Hope, and Action.
Just saturate
Okay.
everything with
That's
love.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
I love
Including
it.
those headphones.
Those headphones was like, no, I know, trust me, they're crazy. Those headphones are wild. I love it. You've done so much for this community, and your books are wonderful. I have not read them yet, but I just know that they are, because I know
We can
I've
tell.
now met you. Yes, and just how helpful it is to have a guide and your blog, just daily things that you can do to actually put that in action, not just say it like
Right.
you said, but put some work into action, and just investing in yourself is so important, and having that good mentality, being able, even meditation you love to do, and do you lead meditation some stuff as
I do.
well?
I lead workshops on mindfulness, on meditation, on grief and healing. The current workshops that will be coming this fall will be more about what we can do to help the earth.
Yes.
And that involves mindfulness too, and
Absolutely.
compassion and love. So,
What are some quick ways we can help the earth? I mean, are we talking planting trees, or is that
definitely,
just the start?
Planting
Definitely trees, protecting
litter.
wetlands, native plants.
Yeah.
Don't
pick
throw
the
that.
trash.
Don't throw that cigarette butt out your window when you're driving down the road.
Exactly.
Or a McDonald's thing out the window.
Renewable energy,
Nothing
that's
burns.
huge. Getting toward renewable energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hooking into organizations that are doing this work, Hoosier Environmental Council, the Sierra Club. So many people in the book that you can hook into what they're doing, right? Very easily.
Right. And learn from them. Yeah.
And learn from them.
Is there a good online resource for finding a list of like local, let's say local to Indianapolis, like companies that are a little more environmental conscious, or just online resources for maybe tips on things that we can do on a regular basis to kind of love the earth a little bit more?
Yeah,
Sure,
well, my book has tons of that.
Yeah, good book.
I mean, that's the whole book.
What am I
Are
saying?
things we can do that are helpful in the organization.
She's like, don't go to the website. Go read my book.
I'm guessing that, but she probably just wants us to help the and love the earth a little bit more, no matter what. But
Absolutely.
also her
but
book.
it does, but it does have, practical and a lot of advice and things that we can do.
Nice.
So definitely.
Well,
And organizations to hook into are in there as well, and resources.
Great.
Resources are so important, and I think that everybody should be checking out your website, buying these books, because even if it's just small steps to get you towards being happy, and mindfulness and happiness, they kind of coincide, right? So if you're not really mindful of your earth and your people around you and yourself, how could you even grow to be happy within yourself? So it's just these small things, I think, and your books give those tools, which is so important. I can't wait to read, because I need to get myself too. So I'm gonna get these tools from your
Why
books.
don't you love the earth, Renee? Why don't you love it more?
I love it so much.
All right. The time goes by so fast.
Oh man,
We've got to do our soft cut for the ABC WRTV broadcast. Diana's going to hang out a little bit longer with us. We're going to look at our gift card giveaway, which is which goes up, expires for this week in just a few minutes. So there's still time to do that. I think we're up to 30-some. The last winner was Alex Duncan. So he won that $50 gift card to the District Tap. So we're going to stay live. But Renee, go ahead and take us out for the ABC broadcast.
Yes, thank you again, Diana Ensign. You're
Thank
so
you.
wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
So talented, and you're making such a wonderful impact on the earth, and I really appreciate you. Make sure everybody goes to DianaEnsign.com and purchase her wonderful books.
Don't go to
5
Amazon. Get it
different-
from her website.
Yes.
Because you probably won't get a signed copy from Amazon.
Well, that's what
right?
I said. No, I
Okay,
said
you did it.
Ensign.
You said it.
Sounded, no, it sounded, okay, anyways.
No,
I
I'm
said-
agreeing with you. Yeah, you
Okay,
did
we
say it.
saying the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I said go to
We're on the same page.
DianaEnsign.com, not Amazon. You
I know.
misheard.
I know.
Anyways, you made it awkward.
I'm gonna
but
cut all this
thank you
out.
again, Diana.
It's a pleasure.
We appreciate you, Diana. Everybody check her out. And thank you for viewing y'all in the loop. We will be back next week. We're here every Thursdays we're here every Wednesdays now, going live at 7 p.m. And you can catch us every Saturdays on ABC.
Live on Amazon. No, I'm just kidding.
At midnight. Thank you again, y'all. We will see y'all next time.
All right, we're staying live. Good night, ABC. All right, there's
Way
a little
to go,
soft
Jolliffe.
What? I wasn't counteracting what
Dang,
you said.
I'm trying to do my clothes. You're out here talking about
I
Amazon.
know. Well, sometimes
You
stuff just comes out of
misheard.
my mouth. I can't stop it.
You thought I said Amazon.
No, I
said
didn't.
Ensign.
No, I didn't. I wasn't counteracting. I was just saying, in general, don't buy it on Amazon, because a lot of people, that's going to be their first place
We do
to go.
that. See, y'all know we do that all the time, because we're saying the same thing, but we're not. We
But
think
what's
we
going
are
to happen?
more.
People are not going to forget this book, because you're like, remember that whole thing that happened
buy
on In the
this
Loop?
book.
Remember they started coming to fisticuffs.
Get it from her website.
The website, not Amazon.
They're going to start fights with couples. Be like, oh, I'm going to buy this on Amazon. Like, no, don't you do that. Get it on
Get on the website.
Yeah.
Oh man, how fun was that? That's so fun. Thank you again, Diana. Is there anything else you would like to add about just your journey? And I think your story's so wonderful. I was watching your video on YouTube talking about your first book was Traveling Spirit, yes? So you were just talking about your first book, and I got a little teary watching. I cry about pretty much anything, but it was truly touching, your story and the way you've been able to take something really rough and turn it into something so positive. I love that. It's hard to do. That's very commemorable.
Yeah. It takes some self-compassion and self-love along the journey, and I think supportive friends too, and supportive people around you who encourage you. So just for example, you mentioned how much I give to the community, but the community gives to me as well.
Yes.
Even just getting a book out there, right, takes some courage.
Yes,
Yeah,
and support from the community.
It's a give and take relationship.
Exactly. So the person who does my website is Lee Weaver from Circle Web Works.
Shout out Lee.
Yeah,
Hey, Lee.
because,
Looks good.
because Lee, early on said you should write a book, and I had all these reasons why that wasn't going to happen. And Lee said, yeah, some of those reasons might be valid, but you know what? You might want to consider whether you're just scared.
Yeah.
It was like, oh.
That stuff is like hurt. It's like painful to hear, but
And
then
it's
it's like it kind of
true.
drives you. I have a few friends and a few different mentors in my life. It seems like the mentors are really hard on you, or they say kind of not cruel, but just like truthful things, but it kind of cuts you. But then it's like, wow, maybe, and so not that you were scared, but it's a lot, like it's very vulnerable putting yourself and your heart out here in these books, and like the same for me with my music and stuff. So I just think it's so commemorable to be able to put your heart out there on the line and helping
to have
people
who support you then and say, yes, you can do it, or I'm proud of you for doing it. My daughters are my biggest supporters.
Shout out
for Indigo and Emmeline.
Oh, beautiful.
So we've got the family motto, we support each other's dreams. That's our family motto. So,
that's awesome.
I got little goosey bumps. It's so sweet.
Yeah, and we really do. We do practice that. And I think
That's important.
It is so important because the fears and the doubts can be like popcorn, right?
They're
just
creeping.
like choo-choo-choo-choo.
We got enough to worry about. We don't need to work against our family. Come on,
Exactly,
support us, family.
And we want, for people to put their creativity out there. So I've just taught a class, lifelong learning creative writing class for people who are 55 and older. That was through an Indiana Arts Commission grant, which made it free for the people who attended to get their creativity out there and their work out there. So
that's so wonderful.
My newsletter on my website, if anybody's interested in creative writing, should sign up for my newsletter because I will be offering that again. And, that's just a great program.
How do you, I'm on your website. Where's the newsletter? Oh, right
there. Sign up for updates.
Send that email in.
Yeah. So you can get notice of when blogs come out. You can find out when the creative writing class is available. Yeah.
That's wonderful. You're doing so much, and I love it. I know we just met, but I'm proud of you. I know that sounds weird. And
wow,
that's so
she's a
sweet.
quick study.
I know, and it's so sweet to hear about your family and your motto about just supporting your dreams, because it's so important to, not just for you to put your heart out there and create these books. And like you said, it's like a yin yang to have that support, and it kind of makes it when you have that community support, family support, and friends support and stuff.
And I think it makes me hypersensitive maybe when I see other people in the community who I feel like are not being supported, right? Then I want to fight for them, and I want to stand up for them, and I want to say everybody in our community needs this kind of love and support.
Absolutely, yes. And I love the stuff that you do, sticking up for people in your in your own way. Like you are, you have a voice, and that matters. And I feel like that makes people feel heard. That maybe are feeling like underappreciated or bullied even or whatever, just for being who they are.
Yeah. And nobody should ever feel, right?
Never.
Nobody should ever, no one in the community should feel like their pain or their grief or their lives aren't worthy and matter, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
all of us.
We all matter. We all matter.
Exactly.
And I think some of these people that are maybe harsh towards certain, sexes or ethnicity or whatever it may be, genders, like they need to be the ones reading your book really too, to learn to learn how to even give the first step of compassion, right? Because trauma is weird, and I think sometimes these bullies are people that aren't accepting of other people. Maybe they had been through some stuff, but just like with kind of, I don't know your whole story, but it seems like you had been through some stuff. It's like people can either turn that into something beautiful, or they can let it rot them from the inside. And so it's never too late to change.
Never too late.
And change your attitude and become positive and supportive for people. Bare minimum, you love humans.
Exactly.
It's not your business to be hating on humans. Like,
that's right.
That drives me nuts too.
Yeah.
I think that's wonderful. You take a stand, you take your voice, and you use it, and you've written these books, and it's so wonderful. I can't wait to read them. I love reading, and I'm going to be diving in.
5 minutes left, everybody, until our weekly gift card giveaway.
36.
Expires.
Wow. Jason says we got to get to 100.
Yeah. Well, we just gave a card away a couple weeks ago, so we're
doing
picking up
good.
some steam.
Yes,
Alex Duncan was our previous winner, so good job, Alex.
Alex, he's the
I
best.
still got to get that card to him. We're going to see him at the wine tasting on
tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
Cooper's Hawk.
Yeah, Cooper's Hawk. We
Shout out
go
Cooper's Hawk.
a lot to Cooper's Hawk, and Alex Duncan's our wine guy. He be serving us up real nice.
It's a good guy to have. Wine
yeah,
guy.
a little wine guy. Yes. You guys like to, go out and do stuff. Have you heard of the District Tap? We just have y'all been there? You got to get around. There's
Downtown,
a few.
north side.
Yeah, and where y'all located in Indy?
Indianapolis.
Gotcha, downtown,
Yep.
about kind of nice. Well, we're on the south side, so where District Tap? What is downtown?
Yeah, there's one
on
downtown
the-
right at Georgia Street. The other one's up in the Castleton area, right
Yeah.
past the Green Bridge.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Just
They got.
Google it.
Their food is good too. Their food is really good, and the drinks and the TVs everywhere. If you ever want to watch a sports game,
Are you into sports?
I kind of am, kind of not. I mean,
Go Colts.
yeah, go Colts. That's about it.
And the Pacers.
We love the Pacers too.
Indy 11. Now we got to just name them all off.
Yes. So, Diane, is there, do you have something coming up? I know this one just was released. Do you have any? I know you probably can't
Events,
you want to keep it
festivals,
surprise.
I know on July 6th, there's a small group of authors. We're going to be signing books at the Unitarian Universalist Church in Bloomington, July 6th, Saturday at 4 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall. So I will have my books there. But really signing up for the newsletter is the best way because I'll have things coming up this fall that are
And you can just
pipeline.
get emailed and updated on what you're doing, when to come see you, your workshops, everything that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Cool.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
The anticipation
We'll see.
is-
I don't know. We're not going to make it today,
I
but
know,
that's
sometimes
okay.
there's a mad. Yeah, we probably won't, but that's okay. Got to keep mentioning
That's
it.
mathematically impossible.
And then sometimes there's big. Not really. We've had some pretty big bursts in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of cool sponsors, Sun King Brewery, and just all of our sponsors are great. Jolly, give us a little shout out of our little sponsors real quick.
Who we got? Well, Mystic
got
Images, obviously. They've been with us
tattoos.
from the beginning. Mystic Images Tattoo. You'll probably be seeing some new ink on Renee coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Indie Skin Diva, right? Melody's Pretties. We got a new spot coming up for her. She takes care of all of that. Look at that hair. All that hair.
She take care of it.
I don't know how
She's
she
the
does
only girl for me. Like, seriously, my hair girl saves my life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And every time she's like, you're a crazy customer, because it takes her like 7 hours to do all my hair and stuff. And she's out here, she's putting in the elbow grease. I feel bad every time, but she's wonderful. She hooks me up.
And then the Old World Gondoliers and Classic Cocktail Yacht. They're a nice seasonal sponsor that comes in the show. Have you been to those gondolas downtown? Have you ever
On the
taken a ride
canal.
on those, Diana?
I've been on the canal downtown quite a bit. That's where the Indiana Historical Society is, right?
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
there.
and the Idle George.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love the
See those
the
big
little
old gondolas
gondolier.
going by?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now they have these little ducky paddle boat things.
Oh, that's been around for a while.
the gondolas are so fun, and they sing to you and
nice.
and take you around. You feel like you're at the Venetian or something in Vegas
Or in Paris.
or in Paris.
I think the Indiana Historical Society has a big author event in December too, like December 6th or 7th. Yeah, so maybe
Check out their
Maybe get you in
website.
maybe
there.
I'll be a part of that too.
I hope so.
So yeah.
Yeah, Ike Kelly Eisenhower was on the show last week, and he just called me late last night and was like, dude, so many people came to the Ale Emporium to see me sing, people that I didn't recognize. We had a full house and everything, so he was real appreciative of being on the show last week. So hopefully you'll get a similar response, Diana, with your events and your books and stuff like that. So it was really cool to hear that. We love getting feedback, and when the show broadcasts, where you almost always get people in the bars watching, because the TVs, the more TVs that are on, the higher chance there is that ABC is going to be on, and so people take pictures and send it to us because they saw it in there. So that's
we
fun.
love that.
Fun feedback.
Yeah, just hundreds of bars across India every Saturday night, and then thousands of hotel rooms that we're looping in and stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and you're just doing so wonderful. But hopefully it does bring some more, a little more following and stuff. You
thank
can
you
never
so
hurt
much.
with more
Yeah.
followers. Right?
More love everywhere.
Right.
More
We're just
love.
happy to have you on the show. It's so important, spiritual guide and just self-worth and self-love. And that I've always struggled with self-love and I love to love people. So for me, self-love has always been hard, and it's been a journey. So just the tips and guides I know will help me, let alone I'm sure has helped so many people too. That's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Renee.
You're welcome.
Well, the contest The contest has come to a close. We didn't go past 36.
We'll get it next time, buddy.
I'll restart that right after we cut here. But thank you for hanging out a little bit longer with us, Diana. We appreciate you being here and bringing your books and your message of love.
Yes.
And that's it.
Thank you.
We can close it for reals this time. Thank you, everyone at home, for commenting. Charles Miracle, we saw your comments popping up here.
Yes, Charles. Love you, buddy.
Thank you for that, for those comments and you others. So that's it.
Thank you,
Let's call it a
Diana.
night.
Ensign.
Thank you so much.
We are so appreciative of you. You're wonderful. You are so impactful. And everyone, make sure you go to her website now, DianaInsight.com. Purchase those books and get you a free signed autographed copy. Not free book, but a free autograph. You know what I mean.
Renee,
you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You thought I
You got to purchase the book, but you will get a little,
Just to be
autograph by Diana. Thanks again, Diana. We just love
Thank you.
And everybody, thank you again for viewing and commenting and coming in the stream and watching us every Saturdays at midnight on ABC and in the bars and hotels. We love it. We'll see you guys next time on In the Loop.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Diana.
Live stream out.
Live stream Wednesday at 7, midnight Saturday on ABC, 24/7 inside Indianapolis hotels and on all podcast platforms.